Disky Times, now available in stores around the country for only R3.50.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Unfortunately, Mamelodi Sundowns is playing a semi-final against Chakuma Chamatsebandera. However, we have a very, very big problem in Randburg. There is no electricity. We've lost power for a very long time, and it's not load shedding. It's specific to the region that we are in, unfortunately, so we couldn't really watch the game. However, in this video, we'll just chat about Mamelodi Sundowns' chances in the league. They are on the verge of creating history. There's 10 matches left in the league, and they're number one. Can they finish the season undefeated? Tso Vilakazi, a former Mamelodi Sundowns player, they have 10 more matches, so they still have to play Kaizer Chiefs, Golden Arrows, Orlando Pirates, Amazulu as well. They're going to play on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think is a possibility of that history being created, undefeated the whole season?
Yes,
sir.
Ngibulisa Justice, ngibulisa Junior, ngibulisa Drake, ngibulisa Selimathunze. Nginibulisa nani emakhaya lapho ucela support njalo. Ubeka njobe njalo futhi angijiki. Kuleko looking at the Sundowns the way they playing, the only team that will give them a headache manje can be Arrows. Because of the way they are playing, they're almost playing similar football. Akusaba nababuye barashe, they do build up. They've got speed going forward. They've got good midfielders that they can, badlala ama-passes amnandi. Yes, the Pirates bakhona nabo, but after the same game le quarter final, I'm not sure ukuthi really bangakhona ukuthi when they come back and play against Sundowns bangayiphathisikana, because I know the coach uzemba uzoyenza lento adume ngazo. Fixeka right, umusheka left, fixeka left, umushe phambili. Into yakhe vele leyo. But looking at the Sundowns Nkuleko, they doing very well, and it's not easy to say there's someone that will stop them now. They're on song in all the departments: goalkeeper, defense, midfielders, strikers, benchini players, technical team at Sundowns. Things are working well for them. Na Champions League, they're doing very well. It's not gonna be easy really to say there's somebody stopper to create a history. I think they're on the right track. Things are working well for them. I mean, even the players, there are few players that they get injuries. Most of them, they're always 100% and ready to deliver, and they deliver on the day of the game. So I just see them going all the way, creating a history.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult because there's 10 matches left. But if there's anyone who can do it, it's them as well. Yes. On Sunday, they're playing against Kaizer Chiefs. I know it would be a stretch to imagine Chiefs winning, but football is football. Do you anticipate any surprises there?
Chiefs the way ngakhona. You're looking at the last game against Baroka, and then you're gonna look at the Sundowns against Pirates. Sundowns today against ETTM. Also, one Sundowns on Wednesday again.
Yeah.
And then going to Chiefs. That's a tough one for Chiefs. You don't wish to play against Sundowns now. Now it's not a time for Chiefs. But unfortunately, because of league, on that day they need to meet up with Sundowns, and Sundowns are on song. I mean, they just beat the Pirates 4-1. So it tells you about the quality of the team, and Chiefs. They just have to work hard. I don't know how, because same players, same coach, same style of play, crosses. Anything that really is gonna give Ilonduzana a headache, give Sundowns a headache, because they will want to go wide and cross. That's it.
All right, there you go. Last one. Reiterate again. Do you believe Mamelodi Sundowns will be invincible this season?
Kulego, I believe, very strongly believe, because looking at the way Badlalega corner against the Pirates, it tells you. I mean, the Champions League, they qualified exactly about 2 games. Already qualified good Champions League.
Yeah.
So it tells you the level. Yeah, your Isana is so high. So I see them going all the way, creating a history, and I'm happy that you know, people that are going to create a history at Sundowns, those are local coaches. You know, sometimes you always see coaches coming from outside creating a history in South Africa. So I'm happy that our very own blood, they are up there challenging everyone in Africa. And yeah, I see them going all the way, create a history.
Unfortunately, we're still under the cloud of a power outage in Randburg, but we keep it moving. Your opportunity then to talk about this topic. Tso has had his say. Mamelodi Sundowns being invincible this season. 10 matches left for them. There's AmaZulu, there's Golden Arrows, there's still Orlando Pirates as well. I don't think that we'll see another 4-1 unless, obviously, unless there's no proper planning at Orlando Pirates. We may see a more competitive game. There's Kaizer Chiefs next Sunday as well. What do you think? I mean, do you believe that they will finish the season invincible? We've never seen that in South African football.
Yeah, no. I think I doubt that. I'm one of the about doubt what is going to happen. Because of I've watched Sundowns Supermanyama games where they were supposed to be beaten. But at the end of the day, it doesn't happen. But there's still AmaZulu, there's still Arrows, there's still Orlando Pirates, there's still Kaizer Chiefs who might give it a shot. At least they need to be beaten.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if that does happen, then it will also justify the quality with PSL that we are having with the shoot yonke cream yonke iphelele ngaku Sundowns and the other teams are left with nothing. At the end of the day, you check also nama reinforcement every season from the Sundowns. They always try to reinforce, especially buying the so-called players that did well in their respective teams. So at the end of the day, it means also it's a strategy in a corner. They are trying with Baba. When they show they get the best players. Understand? So it is possible, but I don't think it's something that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very difficult, and especially now that everyone is alert to it.
Sure.
I think we limped towards game number 15, 16.
Yeah.
No one was really paying attention. But now that everyone is paying attention, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. However, if it's anyone who can do it, it's Sundowns with their squad. Which teams do you think perhaps could give them a problem? I know, like I said at the beginning before I spoke to you now, we know they defeated Pirates 4-1, but that still is a difficult fixture.
Yeah.
Golden Arrows this season is a difficult fixture. On Wednesday, they're going to AmaZulu as well. That's also a difficult fixture. Which team do you think will ultimately break them? Kaizer Chiefs, AmaZulu, or any other team that I haven't mentioned?
Yeah, I think also again it boils down into a proper planning from Lamatlapes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you look at AmaZulu, aggressive style sabo in terms of attack, I think also they have a chance of breaking the bottom. One mistake that our teams are in is to make sure is to try and defend against the Sundowns all the time. Automatically, you get ground in, you want to defend against star-studded Sundowns, then you end up conceding one. After conceding one, automatically it means most of my teams I was in any plan after I to consider they always wait on Uti as in let's defend properly and catch them on the break. So once they've considered, then go on the problem Uti how do we attack them. So you can easily see with man Laban Labazing a plan Uti will only use a breaks once a breaks to attack Sundowns and imagine once you start defending against it, because if you can't defend for 90 minutes.
I remember, as you were saying that on Monday this week, Sundowns plays against Chippa United. Yes. I'm not sure whether it was Brian Mate was on commentary with Mark Gleason, and he was saying the same thing.
Yes.
In that game, Chippa was reinforcing, and immediately after the 25th minute, Sundowns scored. Now, shut down, brand new match now.
For sure, but at the end of the day, it leads to. Players are confused. Here we are, season strategy. We are going to defend. So keep pressure them from low. Breaks. And when Sundowns does score, because it happens with most of the big teams, especially all over. Automatically, when a smaller team concede, then automatically lights off. I go in the second play and this is what we do now that they've scored of you've exhausted energy trying to defend the situation and hoping to catch them on the break. So, and again, it questions also the coaching, the planning, especially Wamanyama teams. I mean, how do you get into a match whereby you've got a chance to let me take an opportunity, let me strike first and give it the best shot. See what the team yako ileka gopi. Most of the teams I feel funuk defender. So whenever you approach a situation with funuk defend, you really sometimes are born with money. It team yako ileka gopi and your strength in a gopi. So it results into a team. Now as a coach, I was with Mele during the week. You work a situation. You wanted let me try defend. It's something that is easy to coach. It's something that is easy to coach. Defender and breaks. Anyone can coach that, but a proper coach will also try to impose a style sack, which is something that it's been lacking. Namayama coach whenever they are going to play a Sundowns. Most of our coaches, they want to absorb the pressure, then from Lapo strike Nama breaks attack. So whenever Sundowns scores first, then it becomes a situation with the lights off our stars by after they've practiced so Nama break attacks. So automatically it shows also inequality, especially PSL. Shows the quality of PSL in terms of our teams.
That's exactly where I was going. Yes. I'm so sorry to break you. So just as a last question, what would it mean if Sundowns went the season unbeaten? Is it a great achievement, or should we be more disappointed that other teams could not plan to play 90 minutes, a one in 90 minutes, and win against the Sundowns?
It is a disappointment. I'm always complaining. I'm the one also complaining in miracle around my coaches. It doesn't improve the equality. The very same coaches still implement the same thing and hoping for home result. Kanti coaching is all about trying to impose a style circle and making sure that you get a result right by training your team properly and making sure they approach games better. So most of my coaches, whenever Sundowns has been dominant, they try to check what formation are they playing. They also try to implement the very same thing with Sundowns, but not checking what material abanayo. Then if you are trying to copy something then you end up all the time being on the losing side. But at the end of the day, there was a time most of my teams were 4-5-1. Now man, you want my teams to attack my wing backs. So you kind of
originality.
Yes, originality. It's a situation with who's on top, what are they doing? Then automatically let's do that, and automatically then it means coaching doesn't take place. Our coaches are they're not imposing the style sabo, especially women games. It shows a training. The only thing they only prepare for is vimba kanjani. At the end of the day, football is as much as Melovig, you need also to strike a balance between attack and defense.
For sure.
Whenever a situation neganje, ivela how to recoup a situation. So which is something which is been lacking. That is why I'm calling a miracle round. It means we are not having good coaches, especially in our PSL.
All right, there you go. That's Tukutuko Makhanya with his opinion. He thinks that Sundowns will finish the season with at least one loss. Tso Vilakazi, in the same video, you heard him. He says Mamelodi Sundowns will continue and finish the season without losing a game. They will be invincible. One of them will be right and one of them will be wrong. Ultimately, though, what you need to think about is whether or not that is a good thing for South African football. I would love to see history in my lifetime and tell my kids, but also there's a bigger question about whether or not our football is competitive. This will be the 4th title in a row for Mamelodi Sundowns. That's the first time in history that this happened in the history of the PSL as well. Just to remind you, we're not going to be bringing you the game between TTM and Sundowns. There is a power outage where we are. Unfortunately, we're not able to watch the game, and as we're talking now, the game is probably middle of the first half. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching our videos.